Is there any different kind of the language which is also responsible for describing the hardware apart from Verilog?
So there are VHDL and even system Verilog can also be used to write the HDL. And apart from that, C language is also there. We can interact with hardware with the C language also.
You can tell the how we can declare the vector and the array.
The size is declared before in array, and in vector the size is declared after the port name.
Are you sure?
I think it's opposite. For vector, the size would be declared before the variable name. Array is declared after the variable name.
Yes.
C language runs sequential wise, whereas Verilog language runs parallel manner.
That is known as the concurrent. What exactly the difference between reg and wire?
So the main difference between reg and wire, reg is basically used to store the values, whereas wire is used for the connection purpose mainly.
What exactly the difference between array and vector? Shashank, you tell.
Vector is nothing but a sequence of bits, which resides. Array is
Okay, so Aditya, what exactly Verilog is?
So Verilog is a method of code through which we are connecting with the hardware. We can interact with the hardware and tell them the commands or the process we want to execute.
It's a kind of a language. Yes. Right. Is there any different kind of the language which is also responsible for describing the hardware apart from Verilog?
Yes, so there are VHDL and even system Verilog can also be used to write the HDL. And apart from that, C language is also there. We can interact with hardware with the C language also.
Okay, what exactly the difference between C language and the Verilog?
C language runs sequential wise, whereas Verilog language runs parallel manner.
That is known as the concurrent basically. Okay. Shashank, can you list out the different data types in Verilog?
There are basically two types of data types. One is net, one is reg type. In net type, we have wire, WAN, war, whereas in reg type, we have reg. We have register, we have real time, we have integer.
Okay. What exactly the difference between reg and wire?
So the main difference between reg and wire, reg is basically used to store the values, whereas wire is used for the connection purpose mainly. The default value, if we say the default value for reg is x, whereas default value for wire is z. If we consider the default size, both have 1 bit as their default size.
What exactly the size of the integer data type?
Integer is of 32 bit, default value is x.
And real time?
Real time it is of 64 bit and default value is 0.
Basically, we can represent the reg and wire into the multiple bit by using the array and vector. What exactly the difference between array and vector? Shashank, you tell.
Vector is nothing but a sequence of bits, which resides. Array is.
You can tell the how we can declare the vector and the array.
So the size is declared before in array, and in vector the size is declared after the port name.
Are you sure?
I think it's opposite. Like for vector, the size would be declared before the variable name. As array, it's declared after the variable name.
Yes. Another difference. Can we make the vector of integer?
No, sir. No.
Why?
Sir, vectors can be only made for those data types which is bit continuous.
There are two types of the declaration. While we will generally declare the array and the vector, that is known as the verbose declaration as well as the compact declaration. Yes. What exactly it means to be? Shashank.
Okay, verbose is nothing. I think so. It is. We'll write specifically the 64. It is 32 down to 0 and the variable name. Whereas compact, it is 32, just 32, and then the variable name.
Okay, which one is recommended, Aditya?
So verbose is recommended because we have better control over the index value.
Can you just tell me about the event scheduling in Verilog?
Sure, sir. So basically there are majorly 5 regions of execution in a current simulation time in Verilog. The first one is preponed region, second one is inactive region, now next active region, then NBA active region, then inactive region, yes. After that NBA region, and then at the end postponed region. Now talking about all these regions, in preponed region, majorly it is discussed in system Verilog. And in Verilog, we use it for initialization and declaration purpose. In active region, continuous assignments execute, blocking assignment executes, right hand side of the non-blocking assignment executes.
Okay. Yes. Can you tell me two more statements that will be executed in active region?
Just
Apart
one
from
more.
this.
One more would be the functions would be executed, and also dollar display and dollar write would execute in the active region.
Okay. Continue.
Now talking about the inactive region. Inactive region is basically when we declare hash zero timing. So those things like execute in inactive region. Now coming to NBA region, left hand side of the non-blocking assignment executes in the NBA region, and in the postpone region, commands like dollar monitor and dollar strobe executes in postpone region.
Okay. Shashank, can you tell me why we use hash zero?
Hash zero is basically used in order to give the sequence of, while executing the statements. For suppose there is a statement A is equals to B, and then next statement is hash zero B is equals to C. So first A is equals to B will be executed, and then B is equals to whatever the next one hash zero one would be executed. So in
In
order
case
to
they both are running at the parallel one in the different block, right?
Yes.
So basically it is used to remove the race condition, right? Okay. What are the different system printing tasks in Verilog? Shashank.
there are four dollar display, dollar write, dollar monitor, and dollar strobe.
Okay. Can we use more than $1 monitor in a particular program?
No, sir, we cannot use more than $1 monitor in a particular program, because if we are using more than $1 monitor, it will execute only the first one. The second one will not execute, as dollar monitor always see the changes in the variable. If any changes occurring, it will execute only once in that time.
Okay, just a minute, Aditya. You want to correct this answer?
Yes, I think it will override the when we use dollar monitor multiple times.
The last one will
Yeah.
override the previous one.
Yes,
Right? So basically we can use more than $1 monitor, but last one will be active. Rest of all will be overridden by the last one, right?
Yes.
What is the difference between dollar display and dollar write?
In dollar display, both are actually same, but the one difference is that in dollar display there is an inbuilt backslash n, so new line character it is inbuilt in that. Whereas in dollar write, all the things will be printed on the same line.
What are the different procedural blocks are there in Verilog?
Initial and always, these are two different procedural blocks in Verilog. Initial executes only once, whereas always executes in a looping fashion. And with initial there is no sensitivity list provided. With always we can provide sensitivity list. And initial is basically non-synthesizable, whereas always is synthesizable.
Okay, first tell me what exactly the meaning of synthesizable.
Synthesizable are those basically when we write a Verilog code, it should be synthesizable, because after writing it and verification of it, it should be converted into gate level netlist. So only synthesizable codes can be converted into gate level netlist.
Means ultimately we should use such kind of the constraint that can be converted into the hardware.
Hardware, yes.
Because our main motive of writing the Verilog code is just we want to define our particular hardware.
Yes.
So that should be converted into that. An initial block generally runs during current simulation time only.
Zero simulation time, no?
On zero simulation time, it will run once or like
Only once.
and always.
Always will like if we don't provide any sensitivity list, so it will run like in a looping fashion continuously.
If we will provide the sensitivity list, then also it will
Yeah,
run
but,
in the looping fashion. Na?
It will like execute when there is a change in the variable of the sensitivity.
Such kind of the hardware should be there. Na? Once you are changing the input, then that hardware should work and it should produce the output. Right? That's why it is synthesizable, and we should not make such kind of the hardware which is only running one time. Right? That's why generally always block is synthesizable and initial block is non-synthesizable. Okay, there is two more procedural blocks, so called as function and task. That can also be, because all the statement you are writing inside them, they will also be running as the procedural. So what exactly the difference between task and function, Aditya?
So function basically in Verilog returns a value, and the task it does not returns anything. So in function and task, one thing is common. If we want to write multiple lines, so it should be between begin and end only. And in function, there should be minimum one variable should be given, and the in task, if we are not giving any variable, it would be fine. Like it will execute also.
Just a minute. Which one is synthesizable in this?
Functions are synthesizable, whereas tasks are not synthesizable, because tasks we can have delays and things. So whereas in functions, delays are not allowed.
Why I can't take the delays in the function?
Because function executes in active region.
Perfectly fine, right? Now there is so-called conditional statement also comes under the procedural block, right? That we generally use it for multitasking, right? That is case, right? So what are the different type of case?
Basically case statement, case X and case Z.
So Shashank, what exactly the difference between blocking and non-blocking assignment?
So in blocking, actually the statements would be executed in a sequential manner, one after the other, whereas non-blocking, the statements are executed parallelly. Basically the one statement in blocking, one statement would block the execution of the till that statement is done. It will block the execution of other statements, and also so this blocking would happen in the active region, whereas in non-blocking the RHS would be evaluated in the active region, whereas the assignment to the LHS would happen in the NBA region. And so blocking would be used in combination circuits, whereas non-blocking is used in sequential circuits.
Okay.